What's up, people? Um, Today's probably going to be a shorter stream for Ark. If you've been watching the Ark videos, this one's probably not going to be too crazy. Maybe later, I don't know. But yeah, I'm having some issues with the server right now. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep playing on this server. I might try to find a new cluster, to be honest. Um, so last night I did get back on for just like not even 15 minutes. I tossed out some more Dino eggs, and I think that's it. I think I just tossed out a couple more eggs. Um, I can't remember, but I feel like I got one in here that's a breeder. But yeah, let's go ahead and we'll get some of this cleaned up, get some more eggs out and stuff. I only have 4 empty cryos. But basically, I'll kind of explain what's going on. Um, so this cluster's dying. I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's not dead yet, and it's not going to like die overnight, but it's getting there. I don't know how else to explain it. Um, so basically, like the server owner last season just kind of disappeared, and she said it was because she was sick for the whole 3 month season. And then this season, the server owner, like we've only been up a week. I've only seen her one time in the Discord, and like I know people's been trying to submit tickets and get a hold of her and stuff, and she's not responding. So yeah, it's kind of disappointing. I like this server, but at the same time, like you can't get a hold of anybody, and she's kind of given like I'm not going to say ownership, but she's like put the responsibility on like her number two to like answer tickets and do rewards and stuff. And I mean, she does okay, but it's like sporadic. You may get a hold of them, you may not. Um, and then like I'm still trying to get my rewards. I took a screenshot of the ad and sent it to her, and I was like, listen, you guys said by day 3 of the wipe you will get your rewards, and we're day 6, I guess now technically. Well, I counted Saturday as day 1, so and today's Friday, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I got 7 days. You could say 6, I guess, if you don't want to count Saturday as day 1. But either way it goes, we're a couple days past the deadline from when I was supposed to get my rewards. And the deal was like you're going to get your rewards before like the people that pay money for dinosaurs and stuff get their stuff. And it didn't happen. Like they didn't give me my stuff. I submitted the ticket. It took like 3 or 4 days for them to even like answer the ticket. And I was like, the deal was 20 hours of playtime on the test server. Got you a free breeding pair of dinos. And I said, okay, here's a screenshot of there's a thing on there, like a Helena tribe tracker. I don't know what it's called, but like basically, like it tells people, like, your stats, how many kills you got, how many deaths you got, how many dinos you bred, like who your biggest enemy was, how many hours you played, what maps you played on. Like it's a pretty in-depth little system, I guess. And I sent them my stuff, and I still like have not heard anything. I got one response like 4 days ago that said, "Let me ask if I'm allowed to send this out." And I was like, "Well, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't be allowed to send it out. I met the criteria. I give you 20 hours of my time on a server that I really didn't want to play on for 5 days, 6 days, however long it was up, specifically to get the Rexes for the boss fight for this season. And like I planned on already having the bosses done. And I still no response. So I messaged them yesterday. I said, hey, I was just checking. I don't want to be pushy, but I'm trying to get these dinosaurs for the boss fight. It's been 4 days. Any way I can get these dinos today? No response again. I kind of got a little mad. I didn't really get back on yesterday. I was waiting to get like another response. Never got the response. Still have not gotten a response. So I sent him a screenshot of the ad that she posted this morning where it says, you'll get your dinosaurs within 3 days of the start of the server. And which to me means 3 days into the start. Day 1 was Saturday, day 2 was Sunday, day 3 was Monday. Today's Friday. I still haven't even gotten in contact with the owner. And one of the admins was like, yeah, I'll see what I can do. And it's never heard back from him. She's pretty much, every season, she's looking for new admins because the admins either quit or get banned. Twice now, she's had admins that were playing on the server on alt accounts that she had to ban, that I know of. And I've been here for 11 months. Well, I've been playing on this cluster for 11 months, roughly. She had admins 2 seasons ago. One of the admins gave out my base location to somebody that put a bounty on me, and was like interfering in bounty boards and stuff. She's had people like they have a thing on the Discord where if you break a rule, they'll tag your tribe, and so you need to make a rule breaking ticket immediately or you'll face a ban. And last season I counted, there was a tribe that was on there 7 times in 3 weeks and didn't get banned. And I'm like, how do you get seven rule breaks? We're going to ban you, make a ticket now, and then you, like, nothing happens. Like, what? That's just crazy. So, I don't know. I'm kind of not real thrilled. That's why I haven't really been grinding, like, turrets and stuff. I mean, I got most of the resources. Well, actually, I think I have all the resources I need. I can crank out, like, probably 150, 200 turrets easy. I was wanting to do tech and heavies, you know. These 30 heavies, I don't even know if this is going to keep me safe. It might not be enough. I'll probably, the purge will be around 3, 4 p.m. and it's only 10:30 a.m. now, so I mean I have plenty of time. But I'll probably end up like trying to get some more heavies up or something before the purge. It's the first weekend, so like I don't expect to get raided, but you never know. I'll keep an eye on it. I might go out and try to do some raiding. I had a buddy that was supposed to give me a stego so I could add it to my breed line, but that didn't happen. So I'm going to get some stegos going while I'm thinking about it actually, so I can raid. So we got a 41. I think these are all 37s. Yeah, this one's got better melee, I guess. I'm just going to toss these guys out, get them breeding too, so I got some imprinted ones. Hopefully we can get some 41s. I forgot about the stegos. But, I mean, we have some stuff. I'm not super worried about the bosses. So, what I get worried about is I haven't ran the bosses and I don't have like a ton of stuff set up, which isn't a super big deal, but at the same time, wood and metal. At the same time, like the people, like last season, I had the first weekend, I had somebody show up with a full tech fob, and I only had Plan X and heavy turrets, so that's kind of what makes me nervous. You know, that could happen, and if I'm not on to catch it, I can't report it. And even if I do report it, there's a good chance like the admins aren't going to help, so I don't really know. We'll see what happens. I didn't know I had these metal foundations, but I'll throw some down. Yeah, well, I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens. Right now, so the admins are on. There's one guy that's like, he can't give out rewards or like he can't red gun stuff, I don't think. As far as I know, anyway. Which, if he can red gun stuff but not give out rewards, it's kind of stupid. But he's pretty helpful for the most part. Like, he's kind of hesitant to do stuff. Like, if you message him, or like, get him as the one responding in your ticket. But I mean, he is pretty helpful. He's a former player, and he kind of knows the server, and he at least understands PvP a little bit. Like, I've seen people all week in the Discord, especially new players, like, where can I even farm blueprints at? Because all the blueprint caves are custom caves, and people have obviously claimed them. So, like, there's nowhere to even farm blueprints. And, nobody's even responding to that, so it's ridiculous. But, yeah, I don't know, it's weird. And then there's a couple people that, like, they've been warned so many times in the chat, like, can't say that stuff, or, like, whatever, take it to the trash talk channel, whatever, and they don't listen, and then, like, they don't get muted or banned or anything because they spend money. They're like a top donor or whatever. But then there's other people that, like, don't spend money, and they say, you got to take this to wherever, trash talk, wherever. And when they don't, they do get muted and banned from the Discord. So it's crazy. Like, they pick and choose, like, who gets in trouble, who gets their rewards. I had a buddy of mine, I think it was last season. I don't remember if he had won an award or something. He had done something, but they had owed him 10,000 shop points, and it was like 2 weeks in before he even got them. And then we were like 2.5 months, almost 3 months, almost to the end of the wipe, and he was still waiting on rewards from a little challenge they did at the beginning of the season that they wouldn't send. So I don't know. I mean, if you want to spend money and, like, buy a base kit or dinos or the boss fights or whatever, this is a good server because you'll get special treatment from the admins and everything, and you'll get your stuff, and there's people to raid. A lot of people, though, will buy, like, week 3, will be built so big that, like, there's a base on here I'm going to show you guys. I'm not going to take the time to raid it. Like, it'll take way too long to raid. It'll take hours. I'm not opposed to, like, sitting on for 6, 7, 8 hours raiding. I've done it before. I don't know why that's red looking. That's kind of weird. But these are, like, you're talking like 6, 7 hours just to get to the front of the cave, and then you've got the whole cave to get through, and then the base, and then, like, on here, it's not like official where if you get into a base, or, like, you want to go up to a turret and that's not locked, you can't just run up and access stuff and, like, take stuff out. You have to destroy it to be able to access it. And it just takes forever. And then with all the new rules and stuff, like, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be upset this weekend, especially with, like, the way you can't spam, and there's a limit on soakers, and there's just, like, so many rules that basically are just making PvP and raiding not even really worth it. If you can catch somebody offline, which is what I usually try to do, it's a lot easier because you can't get reported if nobody sees it. Because if somebody reports something, if there's no clip, they won't enforce it anyway. Like, you have to have a video clip. Which, I mean, it is what it is, but that's really the only way you can raid on here is, like, catching people offline for loot anyway. If you want to, like, I kind of need some loot, but if you're more for just PvP raiding, you can do that whenever. Like, there's always people on. The problem is, it used to be 300 plus people a season, easily. There'd be over 300 people on, especially on the weekends. And then, during the week, you're not going to get capped servers, but they would still be pretty full. Now it's down to there's 90 people on. So, I mean, it'll probably pick up this weekend, I would say. I mean, I would be surprised if it didn't break 200. But, you know, when it used to be 400, it's a big drop. Um, I'm not, I'm not thinking that this is like a growing server. This is more of a dying server. And the admin's been saying since, I don't even know, before Ragnarok came out, like around when the center came out, probably. No, because I wasn't. No, no, that was too far back. What was the last one that came out? I don't know. Maybe Ragnarok then. Maybe I'm thinking of the Ragnarok time. But anyway, yeah, probably a Ragnarok. Around the Ragnarok release, she was supposed to switch to dedicated servers. She didn't do it, and she's been talking about it like for the last 3 or 4 seasons. Like, oh, we're going to dedicated, we're going to dedicated, and then she never does it. And she's told us before, like she doesn't. She only works like from January to April in the U.S. as for the tech season. So it's not like she's like slammed busy at work and then coming home and then running a server. Like she's literally doing nothing, as far as I know. And yeah, like when I first joined this server, all the admins were super active. They were super nice. Um, you know, the server was great population, good people. You had good raids. You had people that would try to raid you. Everybody kind of followed the rules. Now it's just like the Discord's full of a bunch of trolls that I don't even know if some of them even play. I think they're just in the Discord just to be in the Discord. Um, the admins you can't get a hold of, and it's I don't know. It's just kind of falling apart. I'm pretty disappointed. This for sure, if I make it through the whole season, is going to be my last season on this cluster. Um, the cluster I was at before here was kind of similar things were happening. Like people were starting to get away with stuff they shouldn't be getting away with, and you know, players started calling out the admins like, "Hey, why are these people getting away with what they're doing?" And the pop started dropping from, I think it usually held about 200. It started dropping to about 100, then down to 50, then down to 20. And I think now they on all, I think they have a 6-man and a 4-man. They went from a duos 4-man to a 4-man 6-man system, and I think they keep maybe 13 people. When I checked the server list between all maps, like a combined of 13, which is just kind of sad because it was a pretty good server, but the owner just like got less and less involved, and then eventually just sold the whole server. So I guess we could hatch some eggs, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not thrilled, to say the least. We got dinos. We'll do the stego. I kind of want to do these wyvern eggs too, but let's just do these first. I might set up a little spot somewhere else to breed because this is getting kind of congested. I guess I could cryo this stuff and let it raise in cryopods too. I need my spyglass. That's probably what I'm going to do with the wyverns actually. But I don't know. We'll see. I wanted to do boss fight today. I wanted to do it yesterday, but so far, no luck. Can't even get a response. So I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. If I get the wyverns raised up in time, like if all these are good wyverns, maybe I can do it today. Do the manticore at least today. But yeah, so I've not really been like wearing this out too much because I've been kind of waiting to see, like, you know, are you going to give me my stuff that I'm owed? Here's my male and female breeder. Good. Female breed and a male breed. Which I know the center, too, I could go run. I don't really care. They'll imprint anyway, but I'm not gonna raise that stego like that. I don't care about it. Um, I guess I could go run the center with shotgun if I really needed to. But I just, it's more of like the whole concept of I was told I was getting this stuff and then didn't get the stuff. So I'm just gonna toss them all. I was gonna name them, but I don't even. I'll see it in the. I'll see it in the crowd points. Oh, no way, I got the perfect amount. So let's see what we got. Any breeders? Lightning 2830. What was our? Yeah, okay, so we did. This one's a breeder. Which I'll need to separate these somehow. So I'll do, let's put the breeder on this, I guess. So 2830 male. 2630, 1918. What? 1321. That's the stego. 1924, 1934. That might be none. That. Sweet. 28. So this is the only one, 2830, that I got. But these 2828s aren't bad either. That one and that one, yeah. But I am interested in this one. Maybe Fire 19 with 34 melee. That's not bad. I wonder if I've got one with good health. Yeah, okay, so my fire wyverns, I can get a 31, 34, which that's pretty good. I'll go ahead and toss these out. And I think I got pyros too I'm going to toss out. Of one. I thought I had... I know I tamed another one. You know what? I bet I didn't cryo pot it. I'm gonna toss these guys out. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go find that pyromane. Hopefully nobody killed it. But I know I tamed another one. I must have just uploaded and forgot to cryo it before I left. Is what I'm thinking. Which is no big deal. I know it's on the center, and I kinda have an idea where it's at. Because I was getting dinos, so I just got lucky. I forgot that was a baby. So I'll knock that one out, and I'll probably knock out this pyro. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I'm running out of space up here, really. Let's just put it over here by the stegos, I guess. I know I'm LOSing my turrets, but that's alright. Yeah, so let's go ahead and let's get out of here. Take you. We'll go run over to the center and hopefully find our lost pyromane. Unless like something killed it in the wild or something, it should still be there because it should still be in its small form. I doubt anybody would have found it. Freaking 1040, and I still haven't got an answer on that ticket. That's insane. So let me see. I opened the ticket on the 20th, and today's the 24th. So 4 days, and I still nothing. It's ridiculous. Hopefully I get something today, get some kind of news. All right, I don't know what just happened there. I don't think this has landed, but if it did, it'll be... Oh, yeah, it has, okay. Might get a little bit of loot out of this, too. This sucks. I can't believe I left that thing. I know for sure I tamed one because I had got a female and I was like, good, I can breed these now. Alright, got a compound bow out of this and some more dino gates that I don't need, but alright, let's go see if we can find it. And there's no, I mean, look how dead this is. It's ridiculous. Everybody's on the, like, I think there's 100 people on when I just got on the Discord. They're all on the 4-man server. I should have just played 4-man this season. Now, I'm pretty sure that I uploaded somewhere over here. I'm not positive. Yeah, it's still alive somewhere. Oh, that took 4 seconds. I knew I had another one. That's crazy. I can't believe I left it here. And it survived. Watch something probably like now ORP's off. So like stuff in the wild will attack it. Watch something's going to jump it and it'll die right as I get to it or something stupid. Well, there's either a mammoth or a ute up over this hill. And I'm hoping it's a mammoth. Since I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and go harvest some oil too, because I'm really low on oil. I know there's oil rocks on the other mountain. Luckily, it's just okay. I'm gonna go ahead and cryo it so I don't forget it again. Let's check this drop too since it's here. I need to check my upload too, make sure I don't have anything in there from any of the other servers. I shouldn't, but yeah, okay. I don't want the Geely. I'll take the rest. I'm sure there's oil up on this spot, like where the metal farm is. But I'm just going to go ahead and go over to where like my little spot always farm is. Because I know for sure there's some over there. I'm probably not going to get a ton, but a little bit will help. Oh, and I lost the donkey. It wouldn't be a problem anyway. I could just run the donkey, but the dung beetle might have some on it too, so I have to check when I get back. I guess I could put out a bunch of more Plant X too today. Just add to the defense on the interior part. I probably where the stone foundations are. I probably will do that. I'm gonna add like one more turret too in that real long hallway. I don't know, that hallway thing is weird because the way it's like slopes and stuff. I don't want to put too many turrets in there because like if they're not spread out very far, one well-placed rocket could take out most of it. I'm pretty sure there's a damage buff, like a 6 times damage or maybe a 4 times, like on normal caves. So I wish I could say we were going to run jump puzzle while I was here, but you know, it's a custom cave because why would anybody want to farm blueprints? Maybe I'll get a scorched after this and farm some. Nobody's really on. Yeah, I was going to say, I know there's oil there somewhere. There's a bunch down below too. This is a great spot, if you didn't know, on the center to farm metal, obsidian, crystal, oil. I mean, you get wood if you want to harvest these trees, I guess. But yeah, this is like a great farm spot. There's obsidian. You run an Anki from top. I always start up here at the top and then go straight down to the bottom. And then once you're at the bottom, I think it's this side. Yeah, this side here. You can go straight across there. There's metal, crystal, and then you come down like this area on the bottom. There's a bunch more metal and crystal and oil. But yeah, this is a really good farm spot for the center, I think, anyway. I mean, obviously underwater is probably better, but on land, this is hard to beat. There's also the metal spot on the other snow mountain, or whatever you want to call it, on the the other side of Green Obelisk from here. That's really good as well. But I just prefer this because no one ever really comes over here. Usually there'll be teleporters and little farming outposts and stuff at the other spot. This spot here, usually nobody even uses. Or if they do, I've never seen them. But as you can see, I'm getting a good little chunk of oil. And there's tons of metal around. It used to be a lot harder to find these oil rocks because they used to be, they used to have snow on them like that. So you just kind of had to wing it. And I would just harvest like everything in the area anyway. Flint, get the flint and metal and all that good stuff. But yeah, now, I mean, you can see them pretty clear. They're all over the place. I don't know if there's any over here. This is the other little section I was talking about. You run down this metal, big old chunk of crystal, and then back over in here, there's, I think more crystal. There's some metal. Yeah, here's the other pile of crystal. It goes up into here. So, you could run this and get pretty much all the resources you need just on this little hill here. The only problem is the big custom cave is down below, or not the custom cave, but the big snow cave, Snow North or whatever that people, I think is what people call it, is right down below here somewhere. Over there somewhere. I've lived a couple times off of that waterfall and then in that rat hole that's down, like way below down. And I've liked playing on the center. I've just played it like when it released. I liked it better than the island, obviously. So I kind of wore it out because it was really, for a while, it was like island or center, and then it was like island, center, or scorched. And I did a season on scorched, and that was enough. I was like, yeah, it's okay. I'll go back to playing on the center. And it's a massive map, so you know it takes forever to scout, and you can hide here for a while if you really wanted. The heck is that? Yeah, 3,500 oil. That's pretty decent. Let's go ahead and go to Scorched if there's not anybody. There's still 6 on. Let's go ahead and go though, and see if we can get some drops while we're out, like traveling the servers. Right, it's been an hour since I sent that message on my ticket. I was like, it's been a week. You all told me 3 days. It's been a week now. Can't even get a response on my ticket. You know, I spent 20 hours of my time on your server for this reward. It's not like I did an event or a giveaway. You know, like I've had problems with the giveaways too, where I won the giveaway and it took like 3 weeks to get my reward. But you know, it's not like a giveaway, or I went to like the event map and did like a race or something, and now I'm waiting. Like I spent 20 hours to get that reward, and it was not fun. Like I didn't enjoy it. The server sucked. It's laggy. It crashed a lot, like they all do, because there's 30 some mods in here. And another thing about the mods, like she does not do the updates as they come out. So, like today, it took 10 minutes to join the server because one of the mods needs updated. And where she hasn't updated on the server, like it'll update on my PlayStation, I guess, and then it doesn't update on the server inside of it. So then you're just like, yeah, you got the update, but the server didn't. So, you know, there's nothing, you can't do anything. Like it makes you re-download it every single time you try to log in. It's like, oh, we're going to re-download this update because it still hasn't been applied, and it takes forever. And then sometimes, like if cyber structures, especially cyber structures, it makes me so mad. If cyber structures needs an update, like if you try to transfer servers, you'll get locked into a transfer screen for 15 minutes, and it's insane. And I'm like, oh man, yo, I've played on a lot of clusters. You can run it from your phone. Go in there and hit update. There's been times too where like the servers have went down after like a server reset or whatever, and then she just goes AFK for 6-7 hours, and then you're just left basically twiddling your thumbs like, well, you know, I would like to play sometime. All these are low level too. Well, I think they purposely put low level teams because it's hard to find good stuff sometimes. I'm gonna go straight to the drop. Oh, there's eggs too. I'll run the nest or the nests. I'll run the eggs. I'm not like I'm gonna be super picky about it though because I've already got stuff breeding. But I mean, it wouldn't hurt to get better stats. I'm not like super far into it, but oh, okay, nice. We got our legs. I like how now I can upload here because I'm level 110. I guess I don't really know. Let's put the power main in there too. I mean, I'll take it, but I don't really want any of this. Nice. So now we're up to legs. I should have checked the stats on that, see what the durability was. But we're up to legs and gauntlets. So, and I may be able to trade one of those gauntlets for like a helmet or something. I don't know. Last season I traded a bunch of stuff pretty quick. But it was super easy to find blueprints last season. This season it's been kind of a pain. I guess we'll do the usual. We'll run the trench to the front instead of front to back. We'll go back to front and then check the drop. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll get another flak piece. Here we go. Fire already. Fire wyverns are my favorite. I need the lightnings for the boss fight though. And I'm 40. I'm gonna be pretty picky about this, so I'm probably not gonna take anything below a 130-ish. I don't know, maybe a poison or something, but what's that say? Oh, 65. I thought it said 165. Oh, I've got my weird spyglass. Yeah, level 20. And you can see the stats. Now, those stats I'm not 100% sure, but I think those stats are wrong. 'Cause I think if you hatch it, they'll go up. I think I could be wrong. There's a 145. This is probably stupid, but I'm gonna take it. I'm stuck. That's a 160 light. Where's the eggs for that? It's dead. Chase me if you want. It's pretty much dead, and it's poison. See, that's the thing about the poisons. Like, they suck. Even in the wild, they suck. They're good. They're good if, like, you know, like if somebody was trying to get in my little crouch area, and I sat there on one and just kept spamming it, the breath, and was like, you know, killing them off their stego or something. But 110 and what's the melee? 16. I'm not gonna take that one. Um, yeah, a gas mask or a tech suit helmet just shuts it down anyway. So it's a 35. I'm definitely not taking a 35. I got all kinds of dinos too that I've either hatched or tamed and then just crowd that need leveled up still. 40, I'm not worried about. It's a cool looking wyvern. See, there's some mods in here like, yeah, that's a cool looking dino, and I like different color schemes on the dinos. But I'm not gonna paint my dinosaur. There's a 160. I gotta take that. And like, there's a mod on here just for painting dinosaurs. Like, so you can make them look fancy. Like, what does that have to do with me? I've not even seen anybody with painted dinosaurs. But no, we've got to have a mod for that, which you know, just makes the server laggy and takes forever to join. This is dumb. And then you know, they've got like stupid mods. Like, there's mods for the Radiant. Like, we got this Radiant Arc logo, and there's the Radiant reward system, and there's the mod so our armor shows up on the right hand side of the screen there. And there's a spyglass. The spyglass is kind of handy. And then there's like CS structures, and then there's also archematic structures, and there's just nonsense after nonsense. Like, there's a mod for turrets on here, and it's the heavy turrets and tech turrets are radiant, so they're like magenta colored turrets. I've been told that the heavy turrets, some people have been saying that the heavy turrets are shooting like 8 bullets at a time instead of 4. So, like, they still go through ammo, like the same amount of ammo, and you can't overcap them or anything, but it's shooting twice the damage. So, like, it makes a difference. It doesn't seem like it does, but it does make a difference on how fast you're taking the damage. So, like, it makes it more difficult to heal with veggie cakes and stuff, basically, is what I'm saying. But, yeah, it's, like, stupid. Like, why do we have a mod just to make turrets a different color? Like, who cares what color your turrets are? It's not like there were a bunch of people going around, you know, making these bases and then painting them and decorating them. I had to put the skins down on my base, but that's because I paid for Bob's Tails. So I want to get my money's worth. And I like the steampunk, like, kind of carpet look anyway. But, yeah, it's just, there's just a lot of dumb things. Now, this one, isn't here. Interesting. I know I'm in the right spot. No, I'm not. It's back here. Wasn't back far enough. I always remember it's by that little note hut thing. Alright, big money, no whammies. Oh, we got a helmet, BP. Nice. I don't need no Raptor saddle. I'll take the RG saddle. I'll never make it, but I'll take it. Let me put the helmet BP in here. Okay, durability. Legs are terrible, but that's alright. I always get terrible leg durabilities. Now, with my crafting that I have, and there's a crafting potion I guess I could make really to help out too, but I should be able to get closer to cap. Hopefully, anyway. I mean, last season I had like, I think I had a blueprint at like 622 or something, and I made 20 sets of flak, and I think like 3 of them were capped, and the rest of them were like anywhere from 1,000 to 800. So I don't know. To me, like, I prefer the 1620, but or 1640, whatever it is. I think it's 1620. But you know, whatever. I mean, if it's 1,000, 2 pieces are 2,000, so that's 400 more durability than one 1620. I think I might just go ahead and just leave. Yeah, I think I'm going to. I don't really have any other reason to stay on Scorched. Take this meat and the sulfur for sure. Hide. Actually, really the only thing I don't want is these. Okay, so now we just need chest and boots, and we have a flak set. Pretty happy about that. I guess I could go run the cave on Estrella, and I kind of want to look up that cave on Valguera and see if I can find it. I was going to get on DayZ last night too, and so like 2 days ago I moved to Toppling, and I was like in rough shape already anyway, but I ended up getting murdered like right as I got into Toppling, which was disappointing because it was rough to get there. And then I was going to join last night, and I'd went, so, oh yeah, my horrible luck, I went to go see the new Chainsaw Man movie, and got there, and bought my ticket, got a popcorn. I was like, this is going to be great. You know, I was all excited. And turned out that that theater didn't actually get the movie. So they sold me a ticket and everything. And I went and sat in the theater for 20 minutes to find out that, oh, by the way, we don't even have the movie. Which was super disappointing. They did give me my money back, and they let me keep the popcorn and the drink that I bought. Which was cool. So I basically wasted an hour by the time I left and got back home. It'd been over an hour just to go get a free drink and popcorn. So that's how my day went yesterday. But I don't even remember what I was going to tell you guys. Yeah, that sucked. I was super disappointed. I was all excited for the Chainsaw Man movie. Oh, so I come back and I was going to get on DayZ. And I've got it set up on my PC to I guess I can stream. I don't know. I'm not. Excuse me. I've not tested it yet, but I should be set up to where I can stream. And I've been having trouble with my mouse, so I was like, well, you know, I'm not really used to playing on a computer anyway. I'll hook up my controller and I've got a bunch of old PS5 controllers, but they all have issues. So the controllers I hooked up had stick drift, which was awful because it's stick drift on a computer, and it's like, oh, it was way worse than having it on a console. So I was like, well, this sucks. And I ran around for a while. I got killed in Toplin, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a break, get on later. So I ended up not getting back on, and I wanted to get on yesterday, and I pulled the game up, and I was like, well, I play on Hey Barnby's server. I was, let me see, because it's Thursday. Let me see if Barnby's on and see what's going on first, because the other day I got on, and it was like the worst time possible I could have joined, and if I would have watched his stream, I would have known that. So I got on his stream, and I logged in, and he's raiding the Church of Toplin with Exodus and the police department. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. See, this was a good idea that I didn't join because I don't know what's going on, but this looks like something crazy's going down. And sure enough, it was. So, yeah, luckily I didn't join. There was like a bunch of stuff going on yesterday from what it seemed like. I'm not super experienced at DayZ yet. Like, I get the gist of it. I'm okay. Like, I can survive. You know, I do all right. But, yeah, like, I'm not that good. And I definitely, like, if I'm using keyboard and mouse, I'm not even close to good. I don't know what's going on, you know. So, yeah, I was kind of a good thing I didn't join, I guess. But I know Barnby will be, it's Friday, so I know Barnby will be on here soon. Barnby will probably be online before the Purge weekend starts. I may, depending on how today goes, I may end up on DayZ tonight. I also got Battlefield, and I kind of want to get on Battlefield. I got a little bit of homework to do later, so I'll have to do that too. But you know, it's the first Purge weekend, so I doubt anybody comes tonight. If they come tonight, it's usually when I'm asleep anyway. So we'll just wait and see what happens. I'll keep an eye on my trial log though. Oh yeah, so the admin can't respond to my ticket. But she's in the chat talking about how she's sick. It's just ridiculous. Like, she's on the Discord right now, and like for them to send rewards, it goes to this little thing, and all they have to do is type in "give reward" and then send it, and that's it. And they refuse to do it, and she's on in the chat and won't answer my tickets. So stupid. That's why I can't wait. I'm gonna find a different cluster, I think. No, I'm gonna wait though. Like, I'm not gonna do it today, obviously, but this is for sure gonna be my last season. I've kind of had enough. And the lag and the crash. Like, you can't even play on Ragnarok because it crashes so much. And they're trying to say, oh, that's just Ragnarok. I'm like, no, it's not just Ragnarok. I watch streamers, you know. I see people that play Official and Conquest, Small Tribes. There's no crashing like this. It's because you have 37 mods that need updated. And that, like, she had the magma SARS on there. So, like, if you went near the lava area on Ragnarok, you're definitely going to crash. Like, you could guarantee yourself, oh, I'm going to crash because there were so many magma SARS. It was insane. And then she did a season where all the wyverns had spawned, all the wild wyverns were tech wyverns. So there would be like just hundreds of tech wyverns flying around. You're like, what is this? But yeah, I don't know. It's nonsense. I'm starting to really not like this server anymore. I don't know how far that generator reaches, but I might put another turret like here and then move that one kind of slightly over so it's in the middle. all this Plant X's stuff. I know that the dung beetle is black boxed in fertilizer too, but I'm not too worried about it, I guess. So what we need to go southeast, I think. It's fighting a shark. That's kind of cool. Like you have to sit there here and watch this. I would like to tame some of them. I've had one before, and they have crazy HP. Yep, not surprised. Look at the speed and precision. I got that wyvern out and got on it. But yeah, that cave should be like right here somewhere, I think. I need to check 50-50 too and see if it's still doing like last season where it's pulling people. Because I was curious about that and I keep thinking about going and checking. I always forget. Last season was bad. Like you would go over to 50-50 and there would be like you would just see structures falling out of the sky from people's bases. And I'm like, oh my gosh. These poor people have no idea how much stuff they're losing. Alright, fingers crossed. We need a chest and a boot. And then I think that's pretty much all the VPs we need. We should have just about everything else. Let's go this way this time. Far nothing, unless I'm missing. There's one. I want to check. Carnage saddle on another one of these saddles. See, that one I can't. So that's weird. On Scorched, I can upload at the drop zone, or upload to inventory. On these, I can't. It's weird. I'll go down and come back up, I think. Nice, another red one. Red is probably the best chance of getting the flak, I think. Instead of yellows. Quetzal saddle. I don't think I need that. I'm not taking chibis. I've already maxed out my chibi level anyway. The tack racks, I'll probably get some good electronic and that oil off of that. This is going down to the artifact room. I don't think there's any drops any further. Pretty turn around. I wonder if you can tame this stuff. I feel like I saw somebody say that you could tame these cave dinos because they were getting like insane stat dinos. That's where we got the red ones. We'll go back up and then hit the little cross section up here that we skipped. I don't think there's anything in here, but I'll look. Yeah, no, there's not. I guess if you would build a base in here, this would be where you'd want to build it. Like put your main in here. Then you gotta come across lava. That'd be pretty cool, because you could just kind of, well, I guess you couldn't just turn your turrets off, but put one low or something. Make it difficult. Kill these so they don't attack me. I'm not worried about the spider. Oh, I don't want either one of that. That sucks. I don't use harpoon guns for anything. There's no nets, which is, I don't know if there's nets in the regular or not, but I know there's no nets on here. I feel like I should kill it, but maybe it won't attack me. Oh, Arthros saddle. Nice, nice sword. Okay, I mean, not like the worst. We got a Quetzal BP, we got an Arthro BP, we got a sword. I don't know if I went that way. I went that way first. I'll be honest, I probably won't make any of these saddles. I hate to say it, but what is all this crap over here? They must have ran a vein or something. Seems like oh yeah, 100% speed, ran a vein or a drop. Oh, good. Trash. Ah, I could have kept them gloves, I guess. I'm gonna go to 50 real quick and check it, and then head back to base. Well, I'm gonna head back to the island, that base, so and see what's over there, see if there's anything to tame. Maybe find a Rex, or I guess I could tame those. Like if there's another pack of aloes or something, maybe get some aloes. It's gonna be funny if there's people over here. I don't know. I might get lucky. Like I say, I found some good lines off people before, so maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll find some Moros over here. You never know. Oh, ancestral. Oh, is it a... There's two of them. Let's go for the Rex. 50,000 HP. Okay, well, I'm gonna just kind of dive bomb it. I don't. 2,000 HP for the flames. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of do this and try not to kill myself or my wyvern. And hopefully this works. I might go for the carnage too, but hopefully this guy gives some good BPs or something. They should. They're supposed to. I don't know if Arc changed it or if server. This thing's got 15 million weight. Melee's not really that good. The health and it's only like 10 points in health. The health and the weight is insane though. Damage, we're doing good. We need to hit it with 25 blasts to kill it. I think we hit it with 6. Seven. Almost stamina too. 8. All these Carnos are spawning over here. It's kind of odd. There's 10 blasts and we're down about 20,000. Yeah, so yeah. That's just crazy. I think, like my wyvern's got good weight too. I don't know what that is. It could be 20 million for all I know. It's a big number. That's one thing that sucks. Is like I've tried to play Conquest, and like without like all the conveniences of the mods, like I got 4,000 stamina and 2 million weight or whatever. I got the farm remote. How are these not hidden? And then like the pool system and everything. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Get that one hit. I wouldn't be opposed to playing Conquest. I was playing at the beginning of this season, but like it's all island servers, and I do not like the island. And then we're like, you can't build in a cave or rat hole. I thought that was a player for a second. Like, it kind of limits you where you can build, and I was like, yeah. All the spots that I would have picked were kind of taken, and I said, forget it. I'm not even going to worry about it. If it would have been any other map, I would have probably played. But I hate the island. The only thing I do on the island is food. And that's all the island is useful for me. I don't even go raid on the island for this cluster. Well, I'll end on this cluster. Like, it's pretty much... all the pearl caves get built, and then after that, nobody goes there. And then it's basically just a bunch of people hiding in pearl caves the whole season. Alright, we'll grab stamina one more time, then we should have this guy. I wouldn't have missed, like, a bunch of those breaths for some reason. I think it's got a 33% damage boost plus a 2 times damage boost because it's near the Rex. I don't know why it's got a 33% damage boost. I guess because I don't know. Maybe because they're together in a pack. I don't know. Down to 5, so we should be able to get this in 3 swipes here. There's 1. There's two. I don't think that one hit. Yeah, that one didn't hit. There's two. One more, we got it. We did it. Don't eat it, you bums. They're all going to harvest it. Okay, I'm lagging. I'm lagging. Come on, come on, come on. Get off of me. I can't do anything. I can't move. I can't breath. There we go. I don't see the bag. There it is. All this kind of sucks. Stop it. I was going to go for the Carno too, but that was kind of disappointing. I mean, that was a Rex, and I got a saddle DP. The Carno is going to be a lot more difficult because of the bleed attack, so I'm not even going to worry about it. Let's just head back to our little original plan. Let's head to 50-50, see what we can find. Fingers crossed I can find somebody. I hate to do it because it's kind of a scummy move, but hopefully we can find somebody here floating in the water that we can steal some dinos off of or something, but it's not looking good. Usually it would render by now. Oh, must have got fixed. Very unfortunate for us. That was huge last season. That really was huge, getting all this stuff. But yeah, you would like come over last season, you would come over here and there would just be like 9-10 bodies and dinos and like structures and just all kinds of stuff. And somebody built that last season. Doesn't look like it's been built this season. Is that a tech basil? An S. Kind of cool looking. Well, that's kind of disappointing. I do. Let's go scout real quick. There's a couple bases I want to check out. I'm probably going to raid later. What is that? Oh, it's a fat slow. I didn't even know they were over here. They're broke on this server. The admin doesn't really seem to care. They know they're broke, and they said just don't tame them, basically. But you can't harvest. Why is that? Why are they so low health all of a sudden? You can't harvest flint with them, and like that, you know, the whole reason they're in the game, basically, being the top flint harvester, so you can't harvest flint. Let's drop some of this crap. I got a bunch of it dropped. The other day, I teleported over here and landed on a guy that tried to trank me, and luckily, he didn't. He came very close to knocking me out, but he didn't. And then I don't know where he disappeared, somewhere up the hill there. And then all of a sudden a Rex showed up, and I was like, oh man, I'm freaking screwed. But I survived it. There's an ancestral wolf. I guess we could kill it. Or is it an ancestral? Yeah, it is. No, it's not. It's Fenrir. That's another thing. She put Fenrir in here. And I'm like, wow, what? That's so weird. That's such a random dinosaur to put in here. I've not seen a single person with a tamed one. This was the cave. I'm about to show you guys. Unless somebody built it. No, I'm not going to show you. But this is the cave I was thinking about trying to claim earlier. That one over there is good. There's another one in the back that's I think is really good. But this one is like kind of hidden here. And somebody did claim it. This is where Smiling Friends lives. Interesting. Okay. They're offline. I can toggle photo mode though. Let me see if I can take a peek in here and see what we're working with. Oh God. Let's just land. If I had a PT, I could go in here and then I could actually get a good look around. I mean, this is a pretty big cave, so I'm kind of glad I didn't build this side of the map, honestly, because I think there's at least 3 or 4 tribes over here. But yeah, so that's interesting. So that's a potential target. I'm gonna check the ob too and see if there's tributes or anything over here I might be able to snag. That's a nice one, RG. A marijuana here too. Might be a tame iguana. It's not. It is a tame iguana. They're offline. Their ancestral Carno. This base was one of them. They're offline. They just have, see, they're offline, but they just have light turrets. They have a Zeppelin? Fingers crossed they don't come online and I die right now. Oh, okay. They got heavy turrets. The gen's right there, too. I can't see down in there. I'm sure they got another little box of these. I might raid these guys. This wasn't be super difficult. Couple well-placed rockets take most of that out. I hate to do it because, like, I know everybody's just starting and it's such a freaking bummer, like, first weekend to get wiped, but I could also use the resources and stuff, and, you know, there's a possibility they might have some good tames or something, too. I doubt it since they got a Zeppelin and a PT sitting at their front door, but you never know. This is getting bigger and bigger every time I come here. So I didn't build like this. It's kind of small. Are these offline? They are empowered. This is kind of, I built all the way out and then like my tower took up like this whole section here and went all the way up. This is kind of interesting though. Like I may end up raiding these guys. There's one spot in there that I'm pretty sure of anyway. That is kind of like a crouch, like a choke point, where I don't think stegos fit, but that I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong. They might fit. I don't think they do, but they might. But depending on what the inside of that looks like, it might be an easy raid too. That definitely looks like it will have more potential loot than the other cave. This one I don't think's built. I don't think anybody builds this. This cave kind of sucks. Let's run. I kind of want to run the southern border, but at the same time, I kind of want to go that way too. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go up instead of down, just because Like there's some good spots that are down for sure, like good flat ledges and stuff. But let's go up first. I feel like I can go up and then hit the cave up top. Check out all that. These shelves are really good starter base spots. Like nobody usually checks these, and I've found offline bases and stuff multiple times where people have set up starter bases and then just never got back on. But there's a bunch of flat little spots and stuff that are pretty decent up through here. What I'll do is I'll run this to the top up here and then TP to the other end. Yeah, like right here is where I always wanted to throw up something, just in this corner. Oh, you can't get a lot there. I mean, with the cliff flats you could, but I think it's an interesting spot. Like I don't think anybody's going to come back here, and you're in the corner. It's not looking promising though for the little starter base ledge. Of course, over on the other side, like way across the map, there's good ledges there too. But there's not a ton of people on the server, so yeah, I know what 1, 2, 3. Plus there was a fourth cave I've seen that's claimed. So I mean that could be everybody, honestly. There's a little cave I like. It's not great, but it's small. But I'll show you guys that. I think if I teleport to the right spot, I can show you guys. Last season nobody built it, but usually somebody does, and it's usually a pretty fun spot to raid. Alright, so there wasn't anything along here, which is odd. I guess not odd, I guess just nobody built on the ledges this time, but it's disappointing. I'd like to have found at least one little one. I think last season I had like 3 on these ledges, like going all the way, from this top border here. There's some big caves over in that left top corner. Oh, look, here we go. We got something up here. Just a little base, no turrets or anything. Oh, it's a little bigger than I thought, actually. I don't hear like a fabricator or anything running. Still might be worth checking it out. I mean, just blow the door and go in and see what's what. But anyway, there's a big cave like all the way across. I'm not going to fly all the way over there. I might TP over and check it out or something, but this map is deceptively big. And there is a lot of spots to build. I mean, you have all this up top here that takes forever to cover this area. I mean, if I had like a tech suit or something, I could probably get around quicker, but and then underwater, there's a ton of underwater caves and those clams and stuff. Like, there's a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of places to build. I think when this map first released, I think it was that island. Somebody had built the entire island and blocked it off. It was pretty cool looking. There's another one of these stupid things. Well, I want to go check this cave before I get too far away. I mean, I do want to check this island, though, because it looks like it's missing trees, but... Oh, they just weren't rendered. Yeah, so the last season, right? Yeah, last season, I started in this cave that we're getting ready to fly to, and was there 6 hours, and logged out. I always get set up and then get like metal smelting and then log out. Because what else are you going to do besides just stand around? What is that I'm seeing? Oh, it's one of them little rat things. Oh, that's a person. Titus of... Oh, it's a Frenchman, Trouble de Titus. I thought that was weird looking. It kind of like loaded in kind of weird. Yeah, so anyway, back to the story. I built this spot. Not a great spot. I mean, it is actually. It's pretty good. It's been raided. Already. Yeah, that's what happened to me. Like, it got raided so fast. Like, within 6 hours. And then I ended up going down underwater to my starter spot that I did on the first, on this one too. Yeah, look, raided completely. The guy never came back. And lived there for like 4 days and then built the cave that we scouted. But yeah, I mean, I like this cave. Somebody did building it. They did build this cave by the end of the season. And it was kind of crazy looking. I wanted to raid it, but I just never got around to it, and then the season ended. Well, now that I have a player kill, I'm on the PvP board. So that's how many people have either played this season, or they might not be built here, but they've been on this server this season. Not very many. I think like the highest I've seen is pops 9, and like I said, I think that's just these few caves that are built. You wanna leave me alone? Thanks. I'll go ahead and take all this actually. I don't know. I might look into taming one of these Fenrir's. I'm not really sure how you even tame them, but it might be worth checking out. I'm going for this other red drop. I need to. There's a couple other spots I need to scout, or I want to scout. I don't need to scout, but there's a couple other spots I'm interested in looking at too. What is that? Text tag at level 30. Can't believe that was a dude that was just standing there. Might have been the dude that tried to kill me when I came over here the last time. You never know. I don't need these. Somewhere over here, there's like a tunnel. I think it's over there. I'm not sure if there's a tunnel that goes through that's like a weird little spot. Might not be like a bad little base spot. I don't think anybody's built on this guy. And it doesn't look like anybody's... Oh, somebody is built up here. Dark Daddy, so we found another one. I wonder if I can. I don't think I can photo mode in this one. Okay. This is definitely going on the list. I might come to this one first because, I mean, look, that's all it is. So it can't be super OP. All right, let's go. I'll have to look and see what the name of it is. Actually, I think it's the K one, Concleostus or whatever. No, weird. Okay, I didn't get to the P one. It's another red drum. They're just not, like, I'll show you the durability, but they're not that great. Otherwise, I would. We need to go to southwest, west, I think. I can't remember. But yeah, like, see, this is drop flag. I just got 376. 694 is not bad. 463, but it's not great. Like, that 694 is probably the best. I'm not going to run red drops. I mean, if they had a ring around them or something, maybe, because you might get a good BP. But I'm not running all these drops. It's just not really worth it. All right, where do we end up? Oh, good, right on the end. Actually, since we're down here, let's just go ahead and check over here. So we've got two bases that I think I'm going to go open their doors and see what's inside. I hate to say it, but, you know, I mean, I only have Plan X and heavy turrets, so technically we're on the same level. Basically, starter base up to, like, heavy turrets is fair game. And, I mean, I can raid tech, but they're not supposed to raid me, so I basically can raid whoever. I think it must be further down. It's not much further down. That's the first time I've seen wild dino wipe in a week. There should be a cave. And I thought it was right here. There's one right over there. There's so many caves and places to build. We must have passed it. Yeah, I think I passed it. For sure. For sure. Let me go back. It's weird I can't find it, but when Astreus first came out, that's where I built, and I got raided like within 2 days. I mean, like, it was right into the wipe. I expected to get raided, but I ended up getting my revenge, though. Wiped the tribe that raided me like a month later. They got really built up, and they got really cocky, and I kept coming back and, like, just kind of soaking a little bit, like silent soaking little bits at a time and destroying little bits of stuff. And then one weekend I got lucky. I caught them offline, and the way they did their base, for some reason, I don't understand why people do this, but they built a bunch of turrets and turret towers above them, and, like, it limited, here's that cave, it limited their cap on, like, their actual base. So They didn't have that much, and I just kind of like got around this corner and cheesed and got right in. And then like I left all their turret towers up above their base, powered and online, and full ammo. I'll show you where they built. It was stupid. I want to check these two caves over here anyway. I want to check these two caves. I'm going to check that house up there, and then I'll call it good on scout because we've already got a couple potential targets anyway. There's another uh, big base, but I'm not going to go after them. They're way too big. Like I said, it'd take forever just to get into the cave, and where it's a custom cave, so like there's a lot on the outside, and then there's like a big drop down and stuff into the water, and I don't want to deal with all that. I'm the wrong spot. Yeah, it was right there, right where that guy's holding up that rock. That's where they built in those bushes, and then like they built turret towers up on the top. So the top looked super aggressive, and you're like, man, this is crazy looking base. But then as you investigate it, it's like, no, not really. They're just kind of on this ledge here. You see right in front of me, custom cave. They turned that tunnel into a giant custom cave. It's massive. But you have this big monstrosity cave here, and then you have this one, which is kind of one of my favorites, but I've never got to claim it either. Somebody does live here. Let's take a peek. See if we can see what kind of... Oh, they're in tech already. Okay. So here's another tech guy. And then this entrance should be right here, which it is claimed as well. These people are online right now, but they haven't rendered their gate in 4 days. Which means one of two things. Either they have tech and don't go out that front door, or they set those gates up and have moved out of their starter base. Which I'm going to say it's probably the starter base. But who knows? So that gives us what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least 8 bases I've found. Not just right now, but like total since I've been playing. I think I've found 8. Which I'm thinking all these people must be solo for the most part. Because there's not that many people been playing on the server. Check my ticket again while I'm flying down through here. See any news? Nope, not one singular update. I've been looking down, but I'm guessing there's not any bases. I would imagine that the base, if there is a base on this shelf, it's going to be over here at the end. Let's check out my ticket. There's not been a single update, not one mention, not anything, not a like, not a smiley face, not a screw you, we'll get to it when we get to it, nothing. Nah, there's not been any activity on there other than me complaining daily for 4 days. So I'm guessing we're not getting a boss fight done today. I don't want to say that. I'll take that back. Unless we get the dinos raised in time, we're not doing a boss fight today. But I like to get them raised and leveled and over to the center and I don't know. I could do the boss on here because it's the same as the center. It's the brood mother and the gorilla, but it's a little more difficult, I think. And you got to run them separate, so we land for stamina. Yeah, I like this map a lot. I was a big fan of Fjordur on Ark Ascended, or sorry, Ark Evolved. I played Fjordur. We played a lot of Ragnarok. To be fair, honestly, I probably played Ragnarok more than anything, but I kept constantly getting raided. But Fjordur, I got set up. We started out as a trio that had allied with 2 mega tribes and then one little smaller tribe that was like, the guy was like crazy. He was like meshing and all kinds of stuff. He was a cheater, but he didn't bother us, and we didn't really raid or play with him or anything. But we got set up, and the underwater cave, I don't know what it was actually called, but this big underwater cave, and we built it like completely up, and it was nice. We had like a ton of turrets, and we were built up nice. And I think we were there. We went from a trio to a duo, and I think we were there for about 8 months, 9 months, like untouched. And then there was a big server war between the 2 mega tribes. The one tribe, it was weird. Like the one tribe kind of went from a mega tribe down to like 4-man, but then like all their allies showed up, so it was like server cap for like a week, and then the other tribe had like 30 people on constantly, and I don't know, they just got to a point where like they wanted to spam everything. They wanted to be able to put beds in everybody's bases. They wanted like complete access to the element cave and stuff. Like they wanted to lock it down, and like you would have to have them let you in to farm and all this other nonsense. And it just got to be like they just thought they were too big of a deal, basically. And everybody got fed up with it and joined forces to wipe them. And they were in the labyrinth cave. They're in the labyrinth cave, and they were in another cave. I think they were in the swamp or something. But yeah, they got wiped, and then what just happened? There's rhinos over here. I didn't know that. I've never been to this part of the map, I don't think. I did not know there were rhinos over here. I might end up having to tame one. But yeah, they got wiped, and then not too long after that, the server basically went to like abandoned. We went from like holding a consistent 40, 50 pop to like 3, and then just randomly, like people started joining, and setting up bases, and the server started kind of growing again, and then there was like these 2 tribes went to war with each other. I don't really need any. I got a 54. That's good enough. I picked a side, basically. We helped defend. It was a big, like, I don't even know. It wasn't like the craziest war, but it was a long back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then the 2 tribes that were fighting basically said, the tribe that was defending was like, we're kind of newer. A lot of my members are just like mobs that like farming and playing. Like we're not really these big no-life PvPers like this. we'd like to make peace with you guys. And that tribe was like, we spent a lot of resources trying to raid you. Plus, I was attacking them, so they were losing stuff and having to rebuild. And they ended up agreeing. Like, they wanted to all go to Gen 2 and set up a base. I'll just take all this. And they asked me and my tribe mate if we wanted to go. And at first, we were like, no, not really. We don't really know you guys, and we've just been, like, battling for the last however long. And they ended up, they left. They all left. We had the server basically to ourselves again. Somebody showed up. I don't even know. They were like right at the end, and then they had like spent 2 weeks just like griefing us, like destroying TPs and stuff, and then finally they like fobbed us, but they couldn't make any progress. And they had a fob on us for like, I don't know. Well, they didn't have a fob on us, but they would fob. We would defend. They would move. We'd wipe their fob. They would come back and do it all over again. And that went on for like 2 or 3 weeks. And then finally, one like Thursday, they showed up and they were like, all right, today's the day. You're getting raided. And they were there. I was on for 72 hours straight, like without logging out, fighting them. And they had so many people, they just kept rotating people in and out. Like, so I would be fighting a group of people, and then next thing you know, it'd be like a whole different group of people would show up. And it just kept going and going and going. And then finally, like I had allies that would come help and stuff from time to time. But I finally got to the point where I was like, I'm getting low on resources. I can't farm. I can't rebuild the turrets anymore. And I just packed up and went, like, I had a little hidden spot. I took all my loot too. And I ended up joining the tribe on Gen 2. And we played there. I don't know. We were there for a long time. We played up until they announced that they were shutting down the servers. And then everybody kind of quit. And there was like, we were still like fighting people and stuff all the time. So it got down to like 4 of us, and we decided like, all right, well, we're done. And they're shutting down the servers, and these people are about to raid us, well, we're moving. And a lot of people were like, well, we quit, just take our stuff. So I ended up getting like, I think I had like 4 Quetzal bases at one point, just loaded down with all this tribe stuff. And, some of them rejoined like 3 months later, and then we're like, oh, he must have insided because our stuff is missing. And I was like, no, I didn't inside. You all literally said, we're done. We're not playing anymore. And there was a tribe currently raiding us. Like they were inside and destroying stuff. And I was just picking stuff up and running with it. And I was like, I have all your stuff. You can come get whatever you want. And no, they took it like they took it as we insided. But they quit, and we took what we wanted, and then we left. We didn't take everything. Like, we didn't completely empty the base. But, after 3 months, you log back on, and the base is empty because it got raided. And then they thought, I guess they thought we shut the turrets off and took all the turrets or something, but I don't know. It was weird. I wasn't a big fan of that tribe anyway. Like, there was, 6 people that thought they were in charge. And, yeah, it's just weird. And then you'd have some people they didn't even play with us. They just had a room basically in the base, and you couldn't breed. There was nowhere to breed or anything. It was a weird. That was the only time I was in a mega tribe like that. I really didn't care for it too much. I think I managed. There was a couple tribes we ran that were 10-man. 4. I think I ran everywhere from solo up to a 10-man was fine, but then once we got over 30, it was too much. There was just too many weird people, and then some of them some of them would get on, and we're like, hey, we're in the middle of a raid defense, and they're like, oh yeah, well I just played a farm, it's basically a farming simulator game for me, and they would just basically just leave us. They would just go farm. They're like, "What are you doing? Help us defend." They're like, "Oh yeah, well, yeah, we'll go get some stuff so you can make more bullets or something." Like, no. All right, so we've got a couple targets on the list now. Yeah, I know that I should have some stego eggs. I got at least one stego, and I've got Dadons, so I would like to have gotten veggie cake. How many points do I have actually? Now I'm thinking about that. I got 2,000 points. I guess I could buy a beehive and start getting honey going. I don't know how many rare flowers I got, but yeah, I've got at least one stego. I'm about to check. Hopefully I got some more eggs, but I'll probably keep one today, just like off and on. Oh, okay. I was like, where's the other one? I'll probably keep on off and on checking on these eggs and trying to get breeders going. It's the plan anyway. I need to reorganize. I need to set up like a breed area. This is kind of getting congested. But anyway, yeah, I'll keep working on the eggs and stuff, and I'll get some. I've got a bunch of gunpowder. I'll get some C4 and rockets and stuff. We'll definitely go check out some of these bases. I mean, we've got Arthros too, so definitely going to go poke into a couple of these bases and see what's what. See what we can get. I mean, I'm pretty greedy on raids. I take pretty much everything because you never know when you might need something, you know. So, like, any resources I'll steal. If I can get ammo, that would be great. Really, I'm looking for Titans right now, but I don't know. There's a couple of those bases that I'm guessing are probably farm bases or stash bases, maybe. I don't know. But we should be able to find some pretty decent stuff. But I'm gonna take a little break. I'll be back on later for sure. I need to get plants up, and there's a lot of stuff I need to do. Actually, speaking of plants, I'll go ahead and pull the fertilizer off this guy. I probably won't be able to get it all. Oh, I did get it all. I'll put it in with the metal for now. But yeah, I'll set some more stuff up later. Definitely this evening I'll be going to do a little raiding. The problem with the raids are, like, I feel like if I'm not on right when the ORP drops, then I'm not going to get my raid in, basically. And that has happened before. Like, I've waited a couple hours after ORP drops and then get on, and it's like everything's already gone. It just depends on how many people are out scouting, you know. How many people found the same bases I did and had the same idea. Like, there might be some good resources in here. There might be some dinos in here. Yeah, you just never really know till you get inside there. And yes, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I'll definitely be back on. Even if it's not on Ark, I'll either be on Battlefield or I might try to get DayZ going. I need to use a different controller this time for sure, and see what we can do on DayZ. But yeah, this lasted a little longer than I thought today. But I will be back later. Until then, check out some of the other videos. Like, subscribe, share, whatever, all the good stuff people say. But yeah.